Go there. 저 सामने आओ फोटो में आ जाइए. You please squeeze the boat. आप थोड़ा पीछे सामने आओ. This सामने.
वो लोग जय हिंद देखना.
Long live! Long live!
Long live! Long live!
Long live! Long live!
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen present here on the occasion of International Day of All Indigenous People. It is a moment of great pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to our chief guest, Sri Tokotatu, Honorable MLA, who is a wise, knowledgeable and a great orator and unrivaled legislator in the history of Arunachal Legislative Assembly. I, on behalf of Arunachal Indigenous Peoples Forum and on behalf of Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum, thank you for accepting a chief guest of World Indigenous Day despite of your busy schedule. I also heartily welcome respected guest of honor, although he is not reached now, but he is on the way, Sri Hatatu, an honorable social worker and generous donor and contributor to the needy and deprived people in the society. I also extend my heartiest welcome to special invitee Sri Tolibasa, retired chief engineer, who is also a social activist, and I also welcome Sri Yungla Maju, former ANYA president, who is a great social worker and who is a down-to-earth person. I also welcome Sri Jumpe Maro, PhD teacher of Government Higher Secondary School, Naharlagun. I also extend my heartiest welcome to Sri Vasang Sama, Vice Principal of Government Higher Secondary School, Naharlagun. I also extend my welcome to respected Chairman, Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum, Sri Arunachal, who come to here to encourage the Arunachal Indigenous Peoples Forum despite of his busy schedule. I also extend my heartiest welcome to respected Secretary General, Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum, Sri N. Ibom Bochu B, for joining us in today's celebration. I also welcome all the dignitaries coming from different parts of the society and different parts of the Northeast and abroad. I extend my heartiest welcome to the indigenous delegates coming from Nagaland, Meghalaya, Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura, who have spared their valuable time to attend today's celebration of World Indigenous Day. I also welcome all the indigenous people of Arunachal Pradesh coming from different districts to witness this celebration. I also welcome the cultural groups and other parties to come to our program to give this program to more successful and more enjoyment. Last but not the least, I extend my heartiest welcome to all media fraternity for the coverage of the program. Without delaying, I conclude my welcome speech with a hope that you will enjoy the program ahead. Thank you.
कि आप लोग स्पेशली अपने आप के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां बजाएं। Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, all the delegates from various states. Welcome you all in Arunachal Pradesh. आप सभी का अरुणाचल में मैं स्वागत करना चाहूँगी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जो आप सभी अरुणाचल आए और हम सभी को अपना आशीर्वाद दिया। जितने भी नागालैंड के डेलीगेट थे उनका मैं स्वागत करना चाहूँगी अरुणाचल प्रदेश में। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जो आप सभी अरुणाचल आए हमारे प्यारे से इस देश में और हम आशा करते हैं कि इसी प्रकार आपका प्यार और अरुणाचल बरकरार रहेगा। तो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, प्लीज जोरदार तालियां बजा दीजिए माय डियर फ्रेंड्स ऑफ नागालैंड। Thank you so much everyone, all the delegates from Nagaland for making the time out from your happy schedule and marking this spectacular day with your glorious presence. तो सभी यहाँ पर आए हैं, सभी को अपना कीमती वक्त दिया। सभी से दरख्वास्त करूँगी कि प्लीज जोरदार तालियां बजाएं। Next, Tripura seat is ready. State delegate with our three chief guests, Honorable MLA Sri Toko Tatu. Please जोरदार तालियां बजाएंगे। Thank you so much, Tripura, जो आपके साथ जुड़ी अपने पोशाक के साथ आए हैं। तो प्लीज एक बार जोरदार तालियां बजाएंगे। Followed by Assam State. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together.
Tasty writing competition. We have the pleasure and we are proud to honor the winners. First, I follow Miss Kenya from Arunachal Pradesh. She will be accompanied by her brother and Mr. Kipatana. Kindly escort the winner. Mr. Kipatana, the coordinator of the Arunachal chapter, kindly receive the prize. The third prize, Miss Kenya, Mr. Kipatana. Here is it. A cash prize of 20,000 rupees. The role of youth in the preservation of special cultural and these traditions amidst the modern world. Mrs. Kenya. One, two photographs, please. Miss Pankita Hajarika. She will be coming with her parents to kindly receive the prize. There are two winners of the essay writing competition. Miss cash prize of 20,000 rupees. The second prize goes to Mr. Naharlagun from Manipur. Mr. Naharlagun is a folk artist from Manipur. To be on the stage, all the state chapter presidents on the stage for the launching of the souvenir, along with Mr. Manipur and Andrew Sharma. Sir Andrew Sharma and Manipur, who are the tutors. I request all the
we have been editing this Indigenous souvenir for last 6-7 years along with Mr. Arunachal Sharma of Mahabub Guwahati. This idea of souvenir is to make awareness, to engage the youth of the region, to make them aware about the issues of indigenous people of Northeast as well as people around the world. In this edition, we have included the writers who have already won prizes out here. First prize, second prize, third prize, and then two joint prizes. Their write-ups out here. These are the people, upcoming people would be contributing to the indigenous nature of the people and their culture, from time to come. So this is a very welcome stage. I congratulate all the new writers, all the writers who have contributed out here, including Mr. Aljan Wangat, who is from this place, from Arunachal. He has also contributed out here. So I have been giving my respect and welcome all the people who has contributed, expecting them in the future to include, the culture and the areas of concerns of indigenous people of North. And last but not least, I would like to request the people present here to talk about indigenous people as indigenous people, not as indigenous communities. Indigenous communities would definitely take an issue because one community will have differences with another. So as per the UN mandate, it would be better if we talk about the people as indigenous people, not as indigenous communities. Thanking you.
Honorable Chief Guest, we are very happy to have you here as a Chief Guest. Honorable MLA, it was a very warm feeling that you spent some time with us. I think you'll be here. I am N. Kumar Chowki, the Secretary General of the Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum. We started this journey little before Corona time. For 2 years, we could not do any program because of the global pandemic of Corona. However, we were sharing our thoughts, we were communicating about the problems and challenges that all the indigenous peoples of the region face. Very fortunately, in the year 2017, we got together about 500 delegates from the entire region, which again was followed by a large congregation in Guwahati, about 1,800, about 2,000 people from the entire region. We got together. That was the birth of the Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum. The challenges, the difficulties that we see for our younger generations. That was the reason why our elders decided that we should have Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum, an open forum where we can share our common problem. Our common problem, primarily number one, we are being marginalized because of one issue of having international border. Any problem facing our neighborhood in the foreign country, it has its own first impact. Right from Arunachal to Mizoram to Manipur to Nagaland to Meghalaya to Assam. Of course, Tripura is one important factor that we are considering. The present crisis in Bangladesh, the first impact is in its neighboring state. And today Meghalaya is also facing a very serious problem, including Assam. We had a very major event in Difuba, where we had the first declaration, which is called the Difuba Declaration. We had 4 major points: harmonious coexistence of the people of the entire region, to understand ourselves first. We are very happy that the Arunachal chapter is hosting this very important event. In the very last meeting that we had in Arunachal Pradesh in Naharlagun, we took a very important decision that we would organize the essay writing competition for the youth. We were overwhelmed. We are very happy that the youth of the entire northeastern region contributed essay. The topic was the role of youth in preserving the socio-cultural traditions of the native people in this modern world. We are very happy that we have 4 winners today. We also have 10 consolation prizes which will be given to the respective chapters by our chairman. We will reach out to all the children, all the youth of the region. We had to extend the deadline because some of the states were having examinations. I am so happy that we had a meeting, the executive meeting yesterday. We unanimously resolved that this essay writing competition will be an annual feature. And we hope that our children, the growing up young people, will understand what are the challenges that they will face in years to come. Once again, I would like to congratulate all the winners. I take this privilege also, once again, in welcoming all the delegates who have come from different parts of the states. We look forward to seeing you all again in the next World Day of the Indigenous People, which will be on the same day next year. We are very happy, and I, on behalf of the Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum, would like to see the involvement of the youth who will take over this Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum as and when they grow. Our primary objective of the forum is to offer an open forum to the growing youth so that they take up, they influence our policymakers, our politicians, and academics. The problem that we face today, I suppose our children are more intelligent, they are more hardworking, and at the same time, they have a future of their own. It is the responsibility of the Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum and all the state chapters to initiate a common platform to share what we foresee as the challenges that our children will face. A process of grooming up of youth by all the state chapters have been initiated by this essay writing competition. And we learn a lot of how and what our children are thinking today. Our members will be sitting on a regular interval so that our youth, when they grow, they will have a way, a path created by influencing, by enlightening, by informing our key policy makers. Once again, I thank you, and we will have very fond memories. I suppose when all of us we go back, we will carry one of the best hospitalities that I've ever seen. I would like to thank Kipa Khanam. Of course, the word of thanks will come. Kipa Khanam and his team has been working for the last 2 months. Sleepless nights. I have been contacting the Arunachal chapter, and I would like to congratulate all of you for the hard work, and I would like to thank the entire people of Arunachal Pradesh for the wonderful hospitality. We will learn what hospitality is from you. Thank you once again. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the work of बताना चाहूँगी we have was achiever Karthik Shriram, representing senior of Arunachal Pradesh. Ministry in the Karthik Shriram, we have Arun.
पेश करना चाहेंगे। Chief guest, Mr. Kopu, Tatu, Honorable MLA, Honorable invitee, leadership engineer, Mr. Tony Basar, social activist, my brother Imlan Asu, and respected invitees, my colleagues, respected district, state delegates, my friends and respected brothers and sisters, and my very favorite students, seniors. The Northeast Indigenous People Forum and distinguished guests, the winners of essay writing competition and their parents and guardians, all the indigenous people who have come to celebrate the International Day of Indigenous People. On behalf of all the delegates of the Region and Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum, I like to congratulate and thank the Arunachal Indigenous Peoples Forum for hosting this very special occasion. Especially thanks to our brother Kipa Kanam. Last 2 months he had relentlessly speak and 2-3 times he visited Guwahati also. And actually this Arunachal committee was formed last year only. Within a very short time, they arrange such a gathering and they host a very huge amount of delegates from Assam, Meghalaya and all the Northeast regions. I again thank Mr. Rohan Loke, Honorable President of Arunachal Indigenous Peoples Forum, and Mr. Kipa Kanam for hosting this very special occasion. All of us will have a fond memory and cherish this event for the warmth and hospitality of the people of Arunachal Pradesh. Our Honorable Secretary General, he informed me regarding our formation of the Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum was founded as one common issue in all the states of the Northeastern region. When we started in 2017, at that time, we thought that this indigenous identity and culture of the Northeast region is in danger. Especially when we see that the Tripura indigenous people are right now, they are presently absolute minority, and same situation is going to be faced by Assam and Naharlagun also. In Assam, with the indigenous people are presently not actually minority, not going to be minority. In Naharlagun also, we have seen that especially in Dimapur area, this Naga indigenous culture and tradition is captured by Samaya and other infiltrators. And I think that the same situation will be arises in Arunachal also in near future. In Meghalaya and Mizoram, I think Mizoram is somehow still is protected, but in Meghalaya also in Garupahar, most of the infiltrators are occupying our land of the indigenous people. We believe that we have to unite ourselves to protect our identity, culture and history. Otherwise, though, politically also, this infiltrators will be controlled with us. Therefore, we put this Northeast Indigenous People Forum to strengthen our unity. Any unrest or political upheaval in our neighboring countries has its direct impact in our states. In present days, due to this Bangladesh situation, infiltrations are going high, mostly from Tripura and Meghalaya. We like to request our concerned states, especially Assam, Tripura and Meghalaya, they will take strong initiative to protect the infiltrators. To stop the infiltrators, otherwise, in present situation, most of the immigrants will come and they will finish our identity. Our future generation should be at any cost protected. The part of Northeast Indigenous People Forum is not because of only one reason. There are many untold stories and we have to undo the mistakes of the past for the sake of our youth and many generations to come. Last year only, one of our most important executive meetings was held in Arunachal Pradesh here in Naharlagun. We resolved to conduct an essay competition to engage the youth of the region with an objective of allowing the spirit within the new generation. Today we are happy to share this information that the youth of Northeast region, wherever they are, wrote essays for the competition. We received nearly 700 essays from all the 7 states, and we are very proud that our young generation, they took part, and it is a very positive for the indigenous people of the Northeast region. And I am very much happy to see that the winners will be awarded, already awarded the prizes today. Congratulations to the prize winners and hope that in near future also we will, already we have taken decision that every year we will organize the essay competition, and on the International Day of All Indigenous People, on the same day we will distribute the prizes. The expression of hands and thoughts reflected by the writings of the youth is an inspiration for the NEIPF. We will tirelessly work according to the views expressed by them. We are planning a youth festival of indigenous dance and music in Dimapur in the month of October. We have already taken decision on 11 or 12. But Previously, you were thinking to go for 2 days dance and music festival in a college in Dimapur. But yesterday we organized our executive committee meeting, decided it will be organized for only 1 day. We invited all the distinguished guests to present over there. The annual conference of the Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum will be held in Naharlagun next year. Naharlagun in Dibrugarh district. We are also preparing projects to document the indigenous people of the region, their age-old socio-cultural tradition. Last year, we take a decision to, we have already prepared a project for the documentation of the indigenous people of the Northeast region. And we hope that from the next year, we will be going to operate this project. I am very happy to announce the International Day of All Indigenous Peoples next year, 2025, will be hosted by the Indigenous Peoples from Manipur. We all will meet again. We also like to invite all the distinguished guests and delegates for the next year 2025 World Indigenous Day at Manipur. I also like to thank Mr. Welman Rani, President of Meghalaya Sector of the Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum, sponsoring the prizes for essay competition in the memory of his father. He first prize, and I think I will same year, in this year, in the very last moment, we got this message from Mr. Welman Rani, but unfortunately he could not present here because he has family problem, therefore he could not present here. But for the next year, we hope for the first prize we will arrange some other event. Once again, I would like to thank Mr. Welman Rani. Today, we acknowledge the indigenous mode essence of change for self-determination. Therefore, our responsibility is to make our youth aware of global change in everything. They have to define our indigenous people and land. The task ahead is not easy. However, it is not late. The Northeast Indigenous People Forum is committed to ensure that our youth will be empowered to safeguard our traditional values for the upcoming generations. Thank you all, and we have many tasks ahead to come together in Manipur next year, and also in Naharlagun in 2025, 23 and 23rd and 24th January for the NEIPF conference. Thank you very much.
And taking the surging of Muslims, this shows a very dangerous trend for all Arunachal people. Arunachal Pradesh is the most and was the most peaceful state. Today, we are having this problem. We have the Chapas of Bangladesh, still here. In 3 years, it might get problem also. We are having so many. In Naharlagun yesterday, before I saw, there were so many Muslim restaurants, so many butcheries selling beef, all by Muslims. A lot of shops run by Muslims. You will infiltrate and you will penetrate in your Arunachal society. We are facing a very tough time in Naharlagun, especially Dimapur and Jammu district. the cheap laborers, the illegal immigrants. He will do anything for money. So it is very convenient for the local people. We can go in at last we get hooked up. And we are in despair. We find very difficult to find a solution to get away from this problem. So I urge once again the leaders of Arunachal Indigenous People Front, with all the civil societies, with all the political leaders, and all the children who will be the next citizen of tomorrow. Open your eyes, open your mind, all hands together, all these people, and try to build a better Arunachal, a better future for you people. Otherwise, your opportunities will also be denied in the days to come. So, my dear young friends, be cautious. Believe what your leaders in the Indigenous People Front are doing. It is not for them. It is for you young people. It is to safeguard the society. It is to safeguard all people, all this invasion of illegal people, especially from the neighboring states and from Bangladesh. The trade is very, very bleak in future. Today, what a turmoil, political turmoil Bangladesh is having. You drive out all the Hindus and you try to make an Islamic state. Initially, we had the illegal immigrants, mostly Muslims, but the next phase will be the Hindus. And government of India will welcome freely, with open arms, with all the facilities, with all the help. So, even in India, we cannot contain what problem we have today. We cannot carry this extra burden in our back. So, my dear leaders in Arunachal Pradesh, my dear young children, trust in God, believe in God, hold your hands together, all these leaders, and try to build a very strong, peaceful Arunachal in the days to come. Thank you.
Today's chief guest of honor, special invitees, and respected chairman of this Indigenous People Forum, General Secretary, and all the executive members, and all the presidents from Nagaland, Indigenous People Forum, Tripura, Meghalaya, Assam, and other states. Ladies and gentlemen, I am singularly honored on this grand and solemn occasion of the International Day of World Indigenous Peoples 2024 with a deep strength in unity on 9 August at an auditorium hall, multi-professional complex, Naharlagun, Arunachal Pradesh. I thank the organizers, the Arunachal Indigenous People Forum, of this momentous national event for extending your kind invitation to me and my team to partake in this joyous celebration of International Day of World Indigenous Peoples. For me, it is a great and very rare honor and privilege to address you all the others gathering of the Indigenous people of Northeast India. First of all, I on behalf of the Indigenous People Forum Manipur extend my warm greetings and wishes to the esteemed delegates, guests and speakers of this celebration. I have come all the way from Manipur to be a part of this wonderful program. The coming together of the native people of the region will strengthen and build bonds and friendship among the indigenous fraternity. Unless we come together and build a strong common front to fight for our rights, our land, identities, cultures, and self-determination, we run the risk of losing all our rights and become an endangered group of people in the region. I believe that this celebration will go a step forward in the protection, promotion, and recognition of the rights and freedom of indigenous people. We recognize and reaffirm that indigenous individuals are entitled without discrimination of all human rights recognized in the international law, and that the indigenous people possess collective rights which are indispensable for their existence, well-being and integral development as people. Here I would like to highlight the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of the Indigenous People as a standard of achievement to be pursued in a spirit of partnership and mutual respect. Please see the article UN Indigenous Rights, Article 1, that it is written like this: indigenous people have the right to full enjoyment, a collective or as an individual, of all human rights and fundamental freedom as recognized in the Charter of the United Nations, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and International Human Rights Laws, Article 2, Article 3, it's very important, contents are there, and Article 4, Article 5, Article 6, it is written, every indigenous individual has the right to a nationality. The above articles are some of the few declarations of the United Nations adopted by the General Assembly resolution on 13 September 2027. My dear brothers and sisters, today we have seen the influx and immigrant problems in the Northeast, in mostly Tripura, Assam, and Manipur. Manipur is also one of the main problem today we are facing, the illegal immigrant influx, from the Myanmar. So today we are facing the problem, you see, and you may heard, everybody may heard about the Manipur prevailing situation, how it comes, what is the root cause. Because of the influx increase, because of the illegal immigrant increase like a mushroom. For this reason, today Manipur has facing a lot of problems and fighting for the illegal immigrants. This is not the community's problem, but the indigenous people and the non-indigenous people, native people and the illegal immigrants are fighting. So the prevailing situation is due to, huge influx of the, illegal immigrants. My dear ladies and gentlemen, and all the participants, today we see that the Tripuri becomes a minority, the non-locals are overpowered and control the Tripuris. Now like that the Manipuris also become a minority in our own state. You know how many illegal immigrants, how many non-native people are there at present in Manipur? You see the population of the state commission, it was wonderful. So I think it is happening in all the 7 districts or 7 states of the Northeast. We call it 7 sisters: Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, and Manipur, even Naharlagun now. So we have facing a lot of problems. So we need to stand together. We should stand together. We should stand firmly to fight such illegal immigrants. Otherwise, in the future, we will become a beggar. We will become a beggar in our own, our land. So we must be very careful. And today, the Northeast Indigenous People Forum taking this such a very good step, that taking this kind of, important step for the Northeast people. I hope that our chairman and his colleagues, the Northeast Indigenous People Forum, will work and stand forever for the Northeast people of the indigenous people. Before I conclude these few words, I would like to appeal to all the participants to uphold in your prayer for the state of Manipur, that Manipur has undertaken to navigate peace and harmony in the violence-ridden state of Manipur. Peacekeeping mission mission has become a rare possible test in Manipur, fighting against all odds and obstacles which came in our way. The indigenous people from Manipur mobilized all its available resources and manpower to seek a path of peace and prosperity for the distressed, miserable and downtrodden of people of the state. Our goodwill mission of achieving peace in Manipur is not over yet. Miles to go. There is a tremendous task ahead of us, and we look forward to your generous help and cooperation in attaining peace in the foreseeable future. I once again thank you all for your attention, and patient hearing. I wish the celebratory concert a grand success. Before I wind up my speech, I make a passionate appeal from the bottom of my heart to all my indigenous brothers and sisters who have gathered here to pray and contribute your part in ending the 15 months of all ethnic conflict in Manipur. Peace and tranquility will return to the strife-torn state of Manipur if and when we give a joint, united effort to bring peace and serenity. The coming together of indigenous groups of people for restoring peace in Manipur is the need of the hour. The Northeast Indigenous People Forum has graciously granted us to host the International Day of all Indigenous People next year, 2025. We will start working as soon as we reach home to make sure that our friends from the region will have a memorable time. Thank you once again to all the delegates. Please pray.
To all of you, first of all, let us stand and we say Happy World Indigenous Day. Please, because everybody is standing for us, sitting for long. Happy World Indigenous Day. Long live World Indigenous Day. Long live Northeast Indigenous People Forum. Thank you, President. Honorable Chief Guest, MLA, Dr. Chief, and also special Chief Guest and our Northeast Indigenous Forum Chairman and all executive members and also all the President of 7 states of Indigenous Forum. And here I have seen the other participants also. My love to all my dear students, because I was the administrator of high secondary school. So I love you, students. You are so good, quiet and watching. You are the future of our indigenous people of Northeast. And this is my maiden speech actually. This is my maiden speech in English and in the outside stage of our Tripura. I never speak in English, so please bear with me. And also I'm asked to speak only 5 minutes, so it may be extended a little bit because I cannot speak also because if I going to tell about the story of Tripura people, I become emotional. I don't know why. I can't speak about the story of our Tripura people. As you have seen or already mentioned that Tripura is the critical condition or imposition regarding the influx immigrant people from Bangladesh. It is our daily, it comes right from since 100 years ago by face to face, like 1971, like that. They used to come for earning daily. They come through this border and they earn like driving rickshaw or everything. they go to Naharlagun. That's also there. Then they come to Tripura by giving bride, and also through the fencing, border fencing also they come. This time at present is more serious. If you see the social media, you can see they are coming through fencing, border fencing. So it is really our indigenous people are having surviving, struggling for our survival. Since many years ago, that means after merger to India. Then now it is the question of existing. Because of floods, it is the root cause of illegal immigrant to Tripura. Every hour problem is we are facing. Only one is the reason, the root cause of floods to Tripura. So every state, like Northeast state, is to mention that, or they is to warn themselves that not to be second Tripura. Everybody are mentioning not to be second Tripura. Yes, I also tell you, or I also request you to be careful not to be like Tripura. But if we see, they have made gateway to Tripura, to India for Bangladesh. Gateway to India through Tripura for Bangladesh. Like you can see now, there is bridge ferry over the Feni River, south to Bangladesh. So it will be more serious for us. Now I feel it is our duty, all India, as an Indian, to protect this illegal immigrant entering to the Tripura. Because we are now suffering, maybe after 10 years, there will be return, or already Assam is suffering like us, but not serious like us. Then we can see Purnima, not Purnima, what is this? Nagaland, there is Dimapur also half of Tripura, almost like half of Tripura. So I just want to request not to be like Tripura, because you're stronger than you have your own administration or government, but we have our own administration power. Due to this impact, we have violated all our political rights, human rights, cultural rights, economical rights. So if we do the social work or organization, we have no help from government or donation from government. So we have to stand by ourselves. So in this junction, I came here to plead for you or from you that please let us help each other. Solidarity, I want solidarity on behalf of Tripura people, Quran. So nothing more. There are many issues to be addressed, but I think it's not time to focus or share this time. I like to share many problems and issues from our people. So I'm ashamed to show my face. Because we have lost everything. At present, according to 2011 census, we are only 31%. I don't think this is just a official every day they are coming, and for them it's very easy to make the documents because all administration powers in their hand. So when they come, they immediately they can do the document like their Aadhaar card or ration card. So it is in their own hand. So this coming from Bangladesh to India also, local government is helping and encouraging. So it is very threat to our people, not only Tripura, it will come to Assam and every state, and also it is the threat for whole India, because if since they come to Tripura, they will move here and there. So that's why as a Northeast people, please, we will work together, and I want to request to share our burden. Our burden is very heavy. So it is last but not the least, I again request, let us work solidarity and help each other, especially we are very marginalized and also very weak, and how to say, everything in our place, we are weak in the education or economy, so we cannot stand with you together. It is very difficult for us to stand with you together. So thank you very much. There are many issues to be addressed, but I'll not today because it is already time. I have given only 5 minutes. So thank you.
Mr. Anuji and the Secretary General and to all the members of the Northeast Indigenous Forum, and especially to the Arunachal Indigenous People Forum for organizing such a wonderful event to celebrate this World Indigenous Day celebration of the Indigenous People 2024. On behalf of the Media chapter, I would like to give my regards to all the members of the Northeastern state who have been able to attend this congregation to celebrate this World Indigenous Day as a common platform for all the Northeastern states. Like have been said by so many speakers regarding so many issues related to the importance of the indigenous people. So whatever concepts that will be addressed to us, I will not go to the same area, but I'll try to, to divert the areas so that it won't prolong so much of my speed. And I think first thing is, as the indigenous people from Media, from time to time, whenever we wanted to discuss the issues related to the betterment of our indigenous people, most of the time, people from mainland India or even northern always have this mindset, a misguided, misjudged or misguided mindset by always classifying us that we are anti-national or we are communal. But I would like to inform every one of us that if we have no longer this communal spirit or communal mindset, we as indigenous people of the Northeastern state, we will one day be right off from the rest of the country. So it is a must that we as indigenous people of this region, we should always have a communal thought, a communal mindset for the safeguard, for the protection of identity from time to time. Like, I hope that by the platform that has been created by the Northeast Indigenous People Forum, it is one of the platform that we as the Indigenous people from different states of the Northeast, we will be able to come together to voice our concern with regards to the safeguard and protect of our own identity. Especially common issues which we still having to discuss with the Indian government, the issues of identity, especially in Nagaland, and it is very fortunate that the state of Arunachal having this identity, which is part of the cabinet mechanism. It can detect the immigrants or infiltrations of people coming from outside to your state. And even the issues of CA and UCC, we do hope that this platform, it will really encourage us, it will help us to voice our concern. One of the most important issues which we would also like to address or wanted, that especially from the forum, if it is able to work or to address this issue, as we already know that youth are the future of each and every indigenous community. As we have seen, whatever happens to this day, most of the crime that have been captured mindset of our youth, especially of the northeastern region, mostly is the crime that has been corrupted is about the drug addiction of our youth. I think it is a duty of each and every indigenous people to address this issues, because we know that youth are the future generation. If we have a weak section of our youth, we are going to have a weak section or weak generation of our community. So I hope by this program we will be able to address, to uplift the issues of our youth with regards to the unemployment problem and with regards to anti-social element that have corrupted a mind of our youth through drugs addiction. Last but not least, I send my very warm heart to the speaker that has been addressed before me for the one of our seven sisters, the state of Tripura. Actually, as a believer, I just hope that God will be with you all people, and it will give you the strength that from now on, you still can walk out and address your issue. God will be with you. So, I don't know, two things which I would also like to share. That we as an indigenous community of people, what we do see is the most important is what if we have been continually beaten or properly beaten, means it is the end of days for us as indigenous. Like we in the state of India, from time to time we used to address about the issues of influx, but it was on the year 2016 that we as the organization, we do find that how to tackle the influx. Yes, we need a very comprehensive mechanism to tackle the influx, but the most important is how we are going to transform the ideas of our youth. Especially we know immigrants coming from outside it is due for the survival of their livelihood. Since we have seen in a state, most of our youth, they are educated, but they are jobless associated, because why? The mindset of our youth into 20-25 years back, the mindset is one year education means only the government job or public sector they are expected. So from the organization, we try to transform the ideas of our youth, that if people coming from outside state can be able to do those kind of work, especially in the skill work. So it is we as a community to encourage or to transform the ideas of the youth from from government sector to private sector. I think this will be one of the most effective mechanisms that we can control against the influx. And especially the political aspect, once we have been defeated, finished. That's why we have to check about populations that have been multiplied into a state, especially we still try to, especially for the state of Nigeria, we still try to pressure the government that we really need policy how to regulate coming people coming from the mainland India into a state, especially in the labor force or workforce. Because once the people, from the beginning, they will come as a labor, as a workforce. But once they multiply, they will be able to capture the political. So once we have been defeated politically, means our future will be known. So only these few words. Thank you. Long live Nigeria. Long live Northeastern people. Thank you.
First of all, before I present myself, I would like to explain a bit about the attire I'm wearing right now and the songs I'm going to present to you all. The attire that I'm wearing is called Manapi, and this is awarded to me by the Royal Court of Manipur. And the song I'm about to present to you all is called Saiho in My Big Diaper. This is basically seeking blessings from
Indigenous day for the people, Indigenous people of the world. And you know that Indigenous people constitute only 6% of the world population. And I would like to thank the organizer of this function, the President of Indigenous Forum of Arunachal Pradesh, Mr. Gauke, Mr. President and Secretary Mr. Kipa. And I also would like to thank our chairman of the Northeastern Indigenous Forum, Nagoya Amar Kodit Vidya Saroke. And all the delegates and the portfolio holder from the Northeastern state, right from Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, Tripura, and Arunachal Pradesh. I also, we have a young legislator, Honorable MLA, as a chief guest of the conference. He is one of the best young legislation, best orator in the assembly we found in the recent assembly session. I especially proud to help him with functional achievements. As you know, why the indigenous? What is the meaning of indigenous? If we talk of indigenous, I should also speak in the indigenous language. It's not. But it is very difficult because the Northeastern state, even in my state of Andhra Pradesh, we have got many dialects. Different dialects of course, 70% of the dialect we can understand, which is known as the Apatani this group. We constitute 70% of the Arunachal Pradesh population, and we can understand the language. In Mizoram, we find that they have a common language. Even in Meghalaya also almost common language they are talking. Tripura also, we have got legally as a common language. In Manipur, we have got we have got also different languages. But in northeastern state, as a common language, we use the Hindi. Earlier we used to have Assamese as our communication among the country. But nowadays, the program, our boys, youngsters have pick up the Hindi as a means of communication. Besides, this is our government is known as our language for communication in Arunachal Pradesh. I am also thankful to my brother, the Yomla Masun, who is the former chairman of the Badar Welfare Committee one we have got a very young organization in Kenya, who was the president of Kenya. Therefore, yesterday he told me to witness this this delegate who had come from other state. I thought that I will be a citizen delegate and meet all of you and have an interaction personally. And I thank him very much that he has given me this opportunity to meet you, all of you. As you know that the Tripura representative also spoken about the classes of Tripura. Only few indigenous people, and there is very few nowadays. Next is the Assam. Assam is also, we have got the 60%, the indigenous people, more than 40% is going to be the outsider. Likewise, in the Sikkim also, you know that Sikkim, Buddha, Laksa were the original people. That they are outnumbered by this other immigrant people. In Arunachal Pradesh, we are safe here. Why we have got the inner permit here. This has only prevented the people to get the permanent residence here. And we also know that our construction level and all the house survey are from the outsider. And we have to take a very professional measure. And we if our inner parliament is also lifted, then we will be very difficult. You know that North State, we are the minority in population. We have got hardly 3% of the mainstream population. Hardly we have got 3 to 4 crores out of the under 40 crores of population of the country. Assam has got the maximum number, followed by Manipur, Meghalaya, Nagaland, and Arunachal Pradesh. If we probably again indigenous people in the northeastern state, you see in Assam also, Naharlagun also after Kosovo is see that Assam also there are many MLAs who are not the indigenous people from Assam. They are from the mainland, they are representative people portfolio in Assam also. We should take an example of this and remain people, indigenous people who are work together. This is a very good platform to encourage and strengthen our organization. Here in Arunachal Pradesh, we talk of our indigenous people. Still, we are, because of the this funding, we are safe. But how many
how many years it's been to this problem. A time may have this another money may be different fighters as a problem. Because they are talking of the main scheme, main land. If the policy is made for the majority of the population will be suffering. So we must also take up the matter with our government, and I take this opportunity to request our young and dynamic MLA, our chief guest, to take up the matter in the next assembly so that the indigenous people forum is also strengthened by the government. Government of Arunachal Pradesh should also support this forum so that our indigenous people are strengthened. Because Arunachal Pradesh is on except one MLA, other 59 MLA are from the indigenous community of Arunachal Pradesh. Therefore, we must unite together to strengthen our people, and this is a very important organization. Even in Arunachal, Assam boundary, Naharlagun boundary, this forum will be utilized and solve our grievances of the boundary issue. You know that this our all the chief minister, Assam and Arunachal chief minister, almost solve the 80% of the boundary problem. Only few other problems left with our lower Siam in few of this and I think Papara district is also few point is left out, few this pocket is left out. This will be solved by our people, for the government, and this forum can be also utilized for the dialoguing with the border people to solve the boundary issue. अपना लोग देखिए से हमारा नंबरिया अनुप चुटिया सारे he has also spent most of the good time for the indigenous people of Pasa, for the indigenous people of the Northern state. He is the one who can for us. Secondly, we will use also mana indigenous people of Arone, mana Vitale, dia jika saya mana sama koi Vitale, apa dia boleh asal. I hope that we will halfway orang tu orang ini amat strengthening the Northern state of the orang tu very vibrant people amat demand that the cases that can be solved through our government, through this forum. We can also go to the government of India. Already, international declared that we are very thankful to the international. And once again, I thank the organizer of this function. Amada Ipa Amada Hotel, Secretary Amada Chan is a very I am continuing my speech. Thank you very much.
seek the cooperation and solidarity of all the states and all our state sectors to stand against this injustice and to form a platform to voice so that we can preserve our rights over land, our language and our culture in totality. All the speakers have very categorically raised one very pertinent point that has been identified as a threat to the people of the entire northeastern region is the illegal influx from the neighboring countries. I just want to place here that the influx and the migration is a historical fact, and all world civilization has been developed by migration from people from one part of the world to another part. Need not to give more examples, just we can point out to the civilization of America. All over the world people have migrated to America and they have merged together, then assimilated with the land, water, and culture of America, and they have formed a most powerful nation in the world. We are also not exception. More particularly drawing attention to the northeastern region, we are surrounded by so many foreign countries, and mostly our region is suffered from the porous borders. Number one. Number two, if you just have a peep to the last 100 years of history, the population of the northeastern region was very less in comparison to the other parts of the country. Of course, at that time, we were not part of the India today. We had a very long dynasty of 600 years of Ahom dynasty in Assam. And till 1826, after 600 years of long fighting with the different foreign investors, the sovereignty of this region was maintained. But after this part came under the British rule, as per the policy of the Britishers, they used to migrate. They used to sometimes they forced people to come to this region with the purpose of more economic activities and more economic profits. That was the principle of the Britishers. And that continued. That continued. After getting merged with the India in 1947, this then did not cease to exist, but it took a new form and a new shape. And today, because of the illegal influx, more particularly from the neighboring country Bangladesh, we are facing threat of existence from our language, from our culture, from our land rights, from our mobile identity as a whole. We need not to explain, we need not to speak about all of the people from my brothers from northeastern region. They were most aware of the 6 long years of Assam agitation, more particularly the demand to identify, deport, and the expunge their names of the foreign nationals from the total list of the state. But that 1985 to till 2024, the long years, lots of water has been flown from Brahmaputra, but the main purpose of this Assam Accord was not been implemented. Very recently, we are aware that the Citizenship and Amendment Act has been enacted by the Parliament of the country, and it has been put into action in the last year. And you are aware that large-scale protest was organized in the state of Assam, more particularly not only in Assam but in other parts of the country, and we are very much happy to put on note that our brothers from Manipur, our brothers from Meghalaya, and even some parts in Arunachal Pradesh Union They also extended solidarity to the student movement, in particular 60th movement. It is not the student movement, 60th movement. All people from all walks of life participate in this movement. The very root is that if we cannot protect our language, if we cannot protect our culture, if we cannot protect our land rights, how can we expect to protect our identity in a given geographical area, say Northeastern region? And I think this is not a unique for Assam. This is regarding Tripura as already the speaker from Tripura has already very categorically pointed out, and she at last she did not speak fluently because of the emotions grabbed her to express the plight of the present state of the people in Tripura. It is going to be extended to 31% officially, if I am not wrong, and unofficially it is going to be 25% or less. In Assam, the Assamese-speaking people are going marginalized to 48% as of now. This is official statement. But unofficially, again, I would say it is less than 48%, near 40% or 35 to 40% of them. So at this juncture, if Government of India compel us to accept more and more Bangladeshi nationals in the name of some religion or some militant or whatsoever it might be they name it, we are sure to be extinct very soon, very short period of time, maybe 10 years or 15 years. Once again, I would like to draw our attention to Akash House that up to a particular extent, migration and the immigration is acceptable. The limitation is that until and unless the foreign nationals, those migrate to a new land, they assimilate with the already existing people, they accept their language, they assimilate with their culture, they assimilate with them in each and every areas of life, it is acceptable. But after a particular limit, if that particular limit exceeds, that is actually illegal immigration. All immigrants are not illegal. Some part of the immigrants might be legal and it is acceptable. This is the end of the world and as well as from the point of view of the economic dimensions. In this juncture, we the people of Assam are fighting tooth and nail to convince the government of Assam that we are a part of the country. We have already more than 800 youths has embraced martyrdom in the Assam election 6 years Assam election 1975. And we have accepted all the immigrants that migrated to Assam till 1971 to 25 March. We are no more in a position to accept more and more immigrants from the other countries. Else, otherwise, don't for us to get extinction. But Government of India is adamant. Government of India is already has been enforced the Sincere Amendment Act. In this juncture, my dear brothers, we seek your cooperation, even though the Sincere Amendment Act is not implemented in your state, in your region. Even in Assam, some of the parts are excluded. 6 scheduled areas. 6 scheduled areas are excluded from implementation of this Sincere Amendment Act. But my fervent appeal to the August House today is that please stand with us. Already you have extended our solidarity, but I appeal fervently once again to organize a more vibrant and more organized protest, democratic protest, to compel, convince the ruling dispensation at Delhi so that the people of Assam, save the people of Assam from getting extinction in the name of religion, in the name of humility, so on and so forth, whatever name they give it. We must have to fight together to save the language. Language is the media through which we communicate our feelings, ideas, our sentiments, what we think. If a language is extinct, goes to extinction, how can one express his idea, his feelings to another one? This is a global phenomenon. It is said that around experts say that
9 languages all over the world are getting extinct every 40 days. It's a global trend. In Northeast India, we have around 300 plus languages, and obviously 300 plus languages will represent 300 plus tribes. If this trend continues, experts again says that half of the world languages will get extinct within 100 years. Surprisingly, 64 of the endangered languages that has been enlisted out of the 187 of India belongs to Assam, belongs to Northeastern part. It's the highest 35%. Only one single region is facing the threat of getting extinction about 64 languages out of the 187 from all over the world. So my friends, brothers, students, I just want to make an appeal from right from here today. Please be careful. Please think yourself while you're communicating your thoughts. So WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever media, please don't use a language other than that particular language. Language is script to communicate that particular language. In Assamese, if I say moi jam, I am going tomorrow, moi kali jam, please write in Assamese script. Assamese script is a English script, and this script is available in the Google English script keyboard. But my appeal is that please don't write MOIKALIJAM. Else say like I am coming tomorrow, I am going to work. Are you at home? Please be sensitive. Recently I had the opportunity to move to Thailand for a conference. I was very much surprised. I would like to share with you the people of Thailand, the students, they never use the other languages other than the Thai languages. Of course, they have a very good infrastructure also, communication in Thai language also, but they speak English very well. They speak English very well. But when they communicate with their own languages, they always use Thai scripts. So my appeal is that you may use English, no problem, there is a global connecting language, but whenever you are intending to speak your own language, don't use a script other than that particular script of that particular language. It is true for all languages. If there is a script is there, otherwise you may communicate English, I have no objection. It is a very global communicating languages. So one of the problem, another problem of Assam, of the Indigenous association, I just want to highlight that, is the land rights. Land rights have not yet been established in the state of Assam. 864 land rights is still prevalent in Assam. And recently, two censuses has been done, land census has been completed, like Bosudra 1, Bosudra 2, and Bosudra 3 is known to be coming. The government, what government has done? Government has made a survey, made a census, as all the government lands that is under possession of the individual people or individual family. In the name of giving permanent patta to the families of the people. But in turn, after the census has been over, hardly 10 to 5% people have been given the permanent patta, and all other lands has been updated in the government records. And now, in the daily media, it is coming that all the lands are being offered to some big corporate houses at the very less price. So if this happens, tomorrow the people of Assam will lose their lives again. This is also another very serious issue that is being regularly delivered in the different academic forums as well as in the media houses also. So I would like to request my brothers from the Northeast region to have a sensitization about the land rights, so that it is the land rights that will protect us from economic exploitation and establish rights, our existence over our land where we stand on, because they are our own land. And more particularly, one thing is that in Northeastern region, our mostly the tribal communities, they don't have any individual lands. community idea is the most prevalent idea in North Eastern region. Might be that is Assam is not exception in this regard. That because of the community idea, the community occupation of the land might be one of the results. They have been enjoying the right over the land over the years after years, and that has been now been identified by the government as a government land, and that is likely to be a part of the big corporations, so on and so forth. So I would like to put on record here that unless we stand united, that all the North-Eastern states, it is unlikely that we will be able to establish our rights over our land, over our resources, over our identity in the future. All the big corporate houses are coming up in a big way. All the governments are under their grasp. Frankly speaking, the government policies are mostly dictated by the big corporate houses. Whether our Indian corporate houses or maybe by the global big corporate houses. So to fight against this anti-indigenous people policies of the government of Assam, so government of India, we have to stand united. We have to access our ideas and plans accordingly to sensitize our people, more particularly the youth community, and to come under one banner like North-East Indian People's Forum, North-East Indian People's Forum, to realize our dreams for long-term existence and long-term existence with language, land, people, resources, and to enshrine the North-East India as a destination and the point of excellence, point of area for the global community at large. Once again, I am thankful for giving me the opportunity to speak few words before this Abbas house today, and I am very sure that in the coming days, all these activities pertaining to sensitization and unification and solidarization of the voices of the North-East people will culminate in a single point, and will be able to convince the government of Assam that our rights must be established, our identity must be established, and for that I am very much confident with the leadership of the North-East region, and I am sure again that the coming days will get new horizons and new dimensions of our movement, because any kind of discrimination, any kind of ill treatment that is being ordered by the ruling dispensation. With this, I conclude my speech and sure to be associated with the North-East program that days to come, and of course in a more bigger platform, more bigger programs that days to come. With this, thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you.
A feeling of camaraderie amongst the entire North-Eastern states. We, the indigenous people, we, the tribal people of Northeast, we have come together. And when we come together, we become a force to be reckoned with. When I was told about this event, I immediately accepted it, because I feel from my heart about this organization. Before anything, I would like to thank the chairman, NERPF, Arunachal Pradesh. And I would also like to thank the Secretary General and Yvonne Chobi. It's a difficult name, but I hope I'm doing justice to it. And the Arunachal chapter who has organized this, and all the delegates from different states of a beautiful, I would say 7+1, Sikkim is missing, I guess, 8 states of North-Eastern states. It's a privilege to stand here today. I stand as a proud tribal I stand as a proud indigenous person. Politically, if you say indigenous, how correct it is, I don't know. There are different explanations, there are different connotations. But if you go by how they started in ILO, way back in 1883, which gave birth and which forced the United Nations to adopt in 1993. It's the World Indigenous Day. This is a product of many sacrifices that the indigenous activists world over has done. In fact, we are fortunate. We are not like the Native Americans who has lost everything in America. We are not like the tribes of Oceania group who has lost everything and they are struggling and they are fighting. And because of them, we could get this day. Because of them, we could celebrate this day. So my respect goes to those activists, to all those people who have fought and has made us see this day. I see many young students here, and I see that they are in government school from the uniform that they're wearing. And mind you, you are the future. Don't think that you are from government school, so you are not good. Not at all. I am a government school product. I am the MLA today. I studied in the best college in the country. I've never went to a private school in my life. You can do much better because you're born in the day of internet. Click on the button, you have the world at your feet. For my dear student friends, I would say my student friends, I'm not so old, you know. I'm young enough. So I'm telling you as my friend, the day that you are spending here is not a waste of time. You have heard from different states. You have heard a man from Tripura, how he broke down. Why does he break down, you know? Why are we getting together here? Why? We have to understand. We have to think. We have to think from a heart. We have to think from a brain, from a mind. Look at Northeast. God has blessed us. It's such a wonderful place. Talk about oil. We have in Assam, we have in Naharlagun, we have in Arunachal Pradesh. Talk about coal, talk about limestone, talk about quartz, talk about hydropower, talk about tourism. We are blessed. Talk about the international boundary that we have. 5,700 kilometers. We are connected with share boundary, with South. I would say China, Tibet, Bangladesh, Burma, Bhutan. You know, if I can quote Mr. Mukhopadhyay, who was the ambassador of India in Burma, he said if you take a circumference with a radius of 1,000 kilometers, we are in the center of 10 South Asian countries. We are not tucked in a corner of the world. We are in a place which is so strategically located. We have to understand that. We have to know that. And we have to talk about it. And this organization, the Northeast Indigenous People Forum, can be one of the voices to talk about that. Northeastern state, we are not a producing state. We are a consumer state. We are very good in consuming. We are not exporting anything as such. Why? Why we are a captive market? You have to think. Why are we being made a captive market? Why we are not allowed to have trade through the borders? You know, they talk about look-east policy. They talk about egg-east policy. But where is it on the ground? Where is it on the ground? Border trade is finished. 2015, Border trade was declared normal trade. You know, our trade with Burma, overland trade is only 2%. Maritime trade is 98%. From the 2%, we used to do trade from Moray. But since the day they introduced normal trade, that trade is finished. My money friends would agree. Who is losing? We are losing. Why aren't we voicing? Why aren't we talking about that? I have been shouting about it. I'm also the Secretary General, Arunachal Chairman of Commerce and Industry. I've been talking about border trade. I've been telling Government of India, open the border. Why are you scared? Whom are you scared of? Today, Assam and Arunachal has border issues. Why do we have border issues? Why we are in a position like the way we are? Is it our fault? Not at all, my friend. When Government of India decided to reorganize that state boundaries of northeastern state, where we consulted? I don't think so. We were not consulted as such. They decided some of our villages in Assam, some of the Assamese villages here, some village in Naharlagun is in Burma, bathroom is in Burma, bedroom is in India. Why? We were never consulted. When refugees were given settlement, we were never consulted. We are not consulted. A region with such a long international boundary, why we are kept as a buffer? We are not underdeveloped because of us. We are a victim of a policy that was consciously undertaken. I'm sure Government of India is making amendments. And I'm seeing a lot of infrastructure development now. I'm seeing they're trying to develop the infrastructure. I see now they're talking about anti policy. But when I talk about the Stillwell Road, my dear student friends, the Stillwell Road is a beautiful road. It was done in 1940-41. The General Stillwell was the commander of US Allied Force. When Japan was forwarding into India and Britishers were scared, Great Britain was scared. They thought that Japan would come over on China and take over northeast part of India. What they did, they decided to make a road which connected us to Kunming, China. Record time it was built at a cost of $15 million. Bulldozers, excavators, they were airlifted all the way from Washington DC. Some in Port of Gujarat, some in Port of Calcutta. They made the road. It was an engineering marvel, you know. The first pipeline from northeast part to Burma and China was done in 1941. 6-inch pipe, 4-inch pipe, carrying gasoline for a soldier of Allied forces. It was done that time. Why cannot it be done? They don't want to do it. We have to think. That's where our Northeast Indigenous People Forum can come. They can talk about it. Why we cannot have an open border policy? Government of India is willing. Why we cannot get them? You do it with good intention. Because if we have a trade connection through Burma, we are getting connected to the Southeast Asia. We can drive through Lampong, in Panso Pass to Changlang. We can go to Nichina, up to 375 kilometers. And from there we can go to Vietnam, we can go to Cambodia, we can go to all the part of Southeast Asia. We can go to Kunming, China. Hong Kong is around 2,400 kilometers from here, if you measure it. If you ask me where you want to go to, Rajasthan or Hong Kong, I would say Hong Kong. Could be the distance is the same. We are buying granites and marble from all the way to Rajasthan. Can't we get it from nearby Burma? We're getting rice, we're getting pulses from so far away. We can get it from Burma in dirt cheap way. Why we cannot do that? It is a matter of policy. So when it is a matter of policy, we have to get together. We have to cry out loud, we have to tell. We are suffering. There's a way out. Government, listen to us. I am member of the Legislative Assembly now. I've been speaking about stimulus. I've been speaking about active policy. I don't know how successful we will be, but we have to keep on trying. We have to keep on trying. We have to think about our Northeastern states. We are not different. I am married to Naga girl. I can see some our people here. I'm your Anagapa. My wife is from Mokto. We have many families who got married to Assamese people. My father studied in Assamese medium. We have friends who got married to Mizo women. We are getting together, we are getting integrated. In this day of globalization, in this day of internet, there are no buffer zones. We have to start thinking as one. Yes, we have our own problem. Assam has its own set of problems. Arunachal has its own. Nagaland has its own. Mizoram, Manipur, Tripura. But yet, God has put us together. Because He has a reason. He wants us to be connected. If we want, we can be the engine of growth for this great country. I heard our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, talking about विकसित भारत नहीं हो सकते जब तक पूर्वोत्तर राज्य विकसित नहीं होता. He said, India cannot become developed unless Northeast becomes developed. सोच बदलना पड़ेगा इसे. We have to think differently. Time has come. Time has come, my friend. It is the time. Let's think out of the box. Let's get united. Let's not fight with each other. Our Assamese brother, they are playing big brother. Let's not get angry about it. Let's find a way out. You know, in 2021, Amit Shah, Home Minister of India, and Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, he told the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, they told them, get your border area dispute clear. Let there be no more differences. Let there be no litigation. We have a sweet done in 1989 in Supreme Court. We are fighting in the court. Now, Arunachal government and Assam government has got together. Last year only, August 20, 2023, led by our visionary Chief Minister, Mr. Pema Khandu. What he did? They sat together. They had signed an MOU. There are around 123 villages which was in dispute between Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. 71 villages were cleared, out of which one village still in Assam, then decided to be one village from Arunachal went to Assam, then in Assam continued to remain in Assam, and rest 60 has decided to go on to Arunachal. It was based on three things. First, administrative convenience. Second, the ethnicity of the resident of the village. Third, the will of the people. So the will of the people, if you see, is supreme, is paramount. When the people of Assam, the people of Arunachal, when the people of Nagaland, Manipur, Tripura, Sikkim, Meghalaya, when we get together, you know, we are a force. We are a force. We can be a sizable market. But we are not producing. We are a consumer region. We are very good at consuming. Why? Isn't it time that we have to think? Isn't it time that we link ourselves with the Southeast Asia? Isn't it time to not only look but act this in the real sense? Can't we force the government of India? Can't we plead to the government of India through your state, to the state of Assam, this Northeast Indigenous People Forum, Assam chapter, the same in Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, Arunachal, if we get together and tell government of India, we need development. Assam, you guys are lucky. The rest of the states are lucky. In Arunachal, Asian Development Bank cannot invest. World Bank cannot invest. Why? Because China objects. China objects. We are not getting the fund. I am using this platform to urge all of you. We are the lungs of the country. মানুহবিলাক লাঞ্চ আছে দে জংঘল বেছি যে আমাৰ তাকে কি কয় নাগা মানুহ অৰুণাচল মানুহ আপুনি গান লাঞ্চ থাকি থাকে জংঘল নাকাটিবি আৰু জংঘল নাই কাটি কিনে এনেকৈ থাকি থাকিলে কেনেকৈ আমি ক'ৰ পৰা ৰেভিনিউ আহিব ক'ৰ পৰা আহিব the size of Arunachal economy is around 35,648 crore, almost $4.5 billion. Our own tax revenue is how much? More than 3,000 crore, which Assam gets in royalty from oil. Every year, I think it must be getting 2,000 crore. We don't have. We have forest resources. Almost 18%, 79.68. That is the forest coverage of Arunachal Pradesh. We are rich in forest. Assam too. Naharlagun too. We have. But they are saying, you reserve your forest. Don't do anything there. You know what happened in 1995, 96, when I was in second year? I was in a program for Question Time India, that by Prannoy Roy. I still remember the forest minister was Jayanti Nagaraj that day. That time, Arunachal timber business was stopped. Stopped without citing any alternative. Many families lost their livelihood. Kumani nohoy, ghor dhongkho ego, khabole nohoy, business khatam. We lost a tune of around 75 to 150 crore a year. When I asked Jayanti Nagaraj and she has an answer. This is the reality that we live in. So unless we are together, unless we get together, unless we sing in one tune, they won't listen to us. So today I'm a proud man standing here. Our World Indigenous Peoples Day. Yes, we have an immigration issue. We have to tackle with it nicely, thinking in an intelligent manner. Because if you go ballistic, government of India will say you are getting militant, you are becoming too aggressive. So we have to do it in a peaceful manner. We have to think, we have to plan before we are branded. So we have to be careful. Because more than 3 billion people in the world, 380 million people in the world, they are migrants. They are moving around in the world. We have to know that also. How do we fix the problem? We have to think. And then, organizations like you, Pukaido, you have to lead. You have to lead this organization. Wherever there is input required, I am willing. I am always there. Because I am a son of the soil. I belong to Mother Arunachal. I am the son-in-law of Nagaland. I have friends in Assam. My father was taught in Assamese speaking. We can speak Assamese. Nagamese Bengali আমার অরুণাচল একদম ধুনীয়া জায়গা সব মানুষ আহি কৰি মিলি কিনে থাকে আমাৰ ইয়াতে ভেদভাৱ নহয় আপুনি নন ট্ৰাইবেল বুলি নহয় সবৰ লগত আমি ৰেসপেক্ট কৰোঁ হা ৰেসপেক্ট অৱশ্য কৰোঁ লেকিন আমাৰ ঘৰ লগত আহি কিনে আপুনি লৈ যাব বুলি নামানো সেইটো কাৰণে আজি আহাটো মই বেছি খুশি সদায় আপোনাৰ কথা লৈ থাকোঁ আমার Pukaido Anu Chetia sir, Achino Paru, and I've met such wonderful delegates all the way from different parts of Northeastern state. I stand in solidarity with the people of Tripura. Man, we are with you. We are with you. The entire Northeast is with you. Never feel alone. We are all with you. You know, there is so much to say. But when I see the students, when they are feeling hungry, I don't want to say that. So my request to all of you there, you are the fire, you are the light of this state. Never underestimate yourself. You can be the best. You can rule the world. You can be the leader. You can be the IS. You can be the IPS. You can be the entrepreneur. You can be the billionaire. Never underestimate yourself. Never think that you're from government school, I cannot do anything. You can do wonders. Believe me, you can do wonders. Can, I always say, CAN, can is a word of power, you know. is a word of power. You have to apply that. You have to apply that, my friend. Tomorrow, who knows? You could be the Prime Minister. You could be the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh. So today, when you're hungry, when you go back today, kneel down. I believe in Christ. Kneel down and pray. God, give me what I want. You pray, you ask. Luke 1:37, Mark 10:27, God says, nothing is impossible with me. Everything is possible with me. You can be the light. So today, before I sign off, I heard the Assam representative who spoke so beautifully. I heard the lady from Tripura speaking so emotionally. I heard from Meghalaya. I have many friends in Meghalaya. Yes, Meghalaya, you have to fight for Lafarge. I don't know what is happening now. You have to fight for a uranium deposit. Last I heard, government of Meghalaya has decided not to give the lease. We have to tell you, you have to intervene there. You have to speak for your people. You have to speak. Until and unless we speak, no one will hear us. And mind you, I'm a speaker, I will speak. I will keep on fighting. I'll speak in the assembly, I'll speak in the street, I'll speak in any goddamn platform that I get. For people of Northeast, for each one of us. So before I go, I would like to read this poem. Martin Niemöller. He was in a German concentration camp put by Hitler himself. He wrote this, he wrote it that time. And we have to hear it today because it relates to each one of us. He says, first they came for the communists and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists and I didn't speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for trade unionists and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Because when they came for the Jews and I didn't speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me. Then there was no one left to speak out for me. We have to know. We have to be together. The effort our Chairman Saab for to put this Northeast Indigenous Peoples Forum, which is sanctioned by UN, because we are the indigenous people of this region. Let us think why he has brought up, why we should be together. Why we can be a force, why Northeast cannot be the engine of growth for India. The day will come, I'm telling you my friends, from Pakso Pass, from the Stilwell Road, you will be driving all the way to Hong Kong, you will be driving to Cambodia, you will be driving to Thailand, to the limestone mountains of the Thailand. You will go to any part of Southeast Asia. Then that day I think, yes, our people, Northeast Indigenous People Forum has left a mark behind. I know it won't be easy. I know you cannot do it alone, but together we can. Together we can. With these words, I will thank you all. May God bless you all. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
In around, we are eight sisters, open mother. Let's respect and take care of each other. 'Cause we are sisters. Open mother, let there be joy, serve the Banga. Let there be peace, serve the Banga. Let there be fresh understanding, serve the Banga. Assam, Arunachal, Manipur, Meghalaya. Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Assam, Arunachal, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, सबसे सुंदर, सबसे प्यारा, ये परिवार हमारा, गिले शिकवे सब भूल कर अपने आप को पहचान लो दोबारा। सबसे सुंदर, ये गुलिस्तां हमारा सबसे सुंदर, ये गुलिस्तां हमारा। Let there be a shared among us.